ng tamang behavior na ina-act nyo dapat online. These guidelines are crucial as they help you understand what is socially acceptable while working as collaborating online. They enhance communication skills, reduce miscommunication, and help you understand what is socially acceptable when working and collaborating online. Okay, so under netiquette, we have the netiquette rules. So first rule po is do not be a peddler. Take a time to verify the accuracy of any information or images you find on the internet before sharing them. You don't want to disseminate fake news. Of course, lahat naman tayo hindi natin gusto ang fake news, di ba? So, I know naman na very aware na kayo sa topic na ito lately because nowadays we have this kind of issues or chismis, if that's what you call it, na meron tayong celebrity issues, politics, of course, I'm very vocal naman about that kind of issue, and many more. So, as a student po na tambay sa fake news, sa Twitter, sa Facebook, sa Twitter, or Instagram, so, before we share stuff or we post stuff on our social media platforms, so before doing that kind of thing, I know sometimes yung mga nakita natin sa Facebook, sa Twitter is kind of funny. So, before we share that, I know it's funny, pero before we share that, always fact check, okay? We should always check if that news or if that issue is correct, okay? So, I know very aware naman kayo dyan. So, the next po is the second rule is remember the golden rule. So you are dealing with a real person who will respond to your message, even if you are interacting with a computer screen. Make a good first impression by treating others with respect and refraining from using confrontational or insulting words. It is sometimes okay to incorporate appropriate emoticons symbols such as a smiling face to help express meaning while generating messages. However, this would be improper for professional interaction. So dito naman po in this rule, it states that we should be careful then on how we act online. So we should be sensitive and respect others even though we're just talking in screen. For example po, let's say we're having this video call or 'di ba if some of you are using Discord, 'di ba? Or sabihin na lang natin na Messenger. So some of you are using those kind of social media app and minsan na nagkakaroon ka ng chances na nakikipag-communicate ka sa strangers, sa total strangers. So if you are going to message to someone, you should act appropriate and it's better if you use emoticons para malalaman nila yung real emotion mo. Nagigets po ba? Okay. But always remember po that emoticons or emojis are not allowed in formal letters or formal messages like emails po. Okay? Always remember that. The third rule po is the third rule po is avoid slang, acronyms, and text talk. Correct vocabulary, spelling, and grammar are required for effective communication in college and commercial setting. Is simple to comprehend. Use your instead of your, as you can see sa screen niyo na you are lang yung spelling ng your as an example. So, it says na we should avoid using that if we're talking naman to someone na not really into social media. So, for example po, let's call Miss Diana. Can you give some slang that we use nowadays? Miss Diana, are you still there? Okay, mukhang nakatulog na si Miss Diana. Let's call on Miss Hazel ulit. Okay, si Miss Andrea, sabi niya, FR stands for real, for real. So, most often, na-use na siya talaga nowadays. Meron din tayong NGL na stands, okay, sabi ni Miss Maria, Andrea, TBH stands for to be honest. So, usually nagagamit na siya nowadays. But always remember na hindi natin siya ginagamit when we are talking again to strangers kasi malay nyo, hindi naman alam yung meaning nun is mami-misunderstood niya kayo na baka nagmumura to, ganon. So, always act appropriate online. Okay, so our fourth rule is avoid screaming in typed messages. So screaming is the practice of typing an entire message in capital letters. It's distracting and it's often frowned upon in the workplace settings that are professional. It is preferably to emphasize asserting words or phrases by using italic or bold text. A different color for text or background color or marking them with a different symbol. Use special characters to emphasize a word, okay? So, ayan yung example sa inyong screen. So, dito po, di ba usually when we type in a caps lock, alam niyo po yung caps lock, yung malalaking letters. So, usually pag tinatype natin yon, parang yung makaka-receive ng message nyo is babasahin siya as pagalit or pasigaw. So, if hindi ka naman galit at hindi mo naman feel sumigaw in text, okay, so don't use it. But you can use it if you want to highlight or emphasize a word, okay? Next po is we have the fifth rule, which is the proofread your messages before sending them. For successful and efficient communication, proofreading your messages before sending them is a smart practice. Make every effort to keep your communication concise and clear of spelling and grammar problems, potentially misunderstood terminology or phrases, absence errors such as missing material or recipients and information accuracy errors. So dito po, sending a specific message to a specific person, you should always double check it, okay? Kasi malay nyo naman, there's something off in your words, there's something off in your messages, there's something off in your sentences. Okay, so if may mali doon, is mami-misunderstood na ka-chat nyo. Okay, and it can lead to misconception and miscommunication. Okay? For example, dito po is yung ating parents din, na ganyan din sila mag-type. I think you can understand naman. They text you like that. Next po is our sixth rule. Exercise good judgment when sharing information with others online. Email and chat messages sent or received by you are considered private and should not be transmitted or copied to others without the approval of all parties concerned. Messages submitted to discussion boards and social media sites are often accessible to the general public. You never know who will read or share your content. Before sharing a post with others, it is usually a get permission from the author. So, dito po, we should be very careful talaga. Pag nagpo-post tayo online, alam niyo naman yan. And before we post online, we should always ask permission sa isa ding owner. For example, di ba, usually, pag nagsisend kayo ng, pag nagpo-post kayo ng birthday greetings, di ba, kunyari ng friend niyo, tas yung picture niya is an epic photo. Okay, what if he or she is uncomfortable about that, di ba? So, magkakaroon ng problema at magkakaroon kayo ng argument. So, always ask for permission kahit na close kayo or lalo na pag strangers kayo, is always ask for permission. Kasi, di ba, we should practice being sensitive, especially online, kasi we don't know what they might feel if you post that without their permission. Okay? So, the seventh rule po is we have respect diversity in viewpoints. When sharing your thoughts, ideas, and criticisms, or reacting to those of others in the conversation, be constructive and respectful. Dito na papasok yung respect their opinions. We should respect everyone's opinion kasi we have different kinds of perspective eh. So, magkakaiba tayo ng idea sa isang bagay, but always remember po that when you are answering an opinionated question, di ba? If you're going to answer that, always remember na yung opinion mo is based on facts, okay? Don't forget that. Papasok ulit dyan yung first rule natin na don't be a peddler of fake news. Kasi if yung opinion mo naman is not correct, tas parang pinaglalaban mo siya, parang nagiging peddler ka na rin ng fake news. So, but I believe po that every opinion matters, but it depends pa din. So, magkakaiba kasi yan. So, of course, so those are the rules po of netiquette. Under the netiquette, of course, we have the cyber. So, cyber po, it describes the characteristics of computer information technology and virtual reality culture. So, of course, under cyber, we have the cybercrime. A cybercrime in which a computer is used as a tool to conduct an offense, for example, hacking, phishing, spamming, and child pornography, is characterized as a crime in which a computer is utilized as the object of the crime. So, I know you guys are fully aware kung ano-ano nga ba ang mga ito. So, these are the crimes that usually happens online. We have there the hacking, phishing, spamming, and child pornography. Madami pa yung iba, but these issues are the most tackled po nowadays. So, next po. So, of course, if we have the cybercrimes, sino yung gumagawa ng cybercrimes? We have the cybercriminals. So, ito po yung nag-a-access ng personal information, corporate trade secrets, or use the internet for exploitative or harmful objectives using computer technology. Okay, ito naman yung gumagawa ng cybercrimes. So, these are the law po in cybercrime. May we call on, okay, kakadating na ni Miss Diana. May we call on Miss Diana to read the law in the screen? Okay, Miss Diana, please read po. Okay, I wanna hear the voice of Mr. Melbourne Gariba. Because his accent talaga is very nice. Yeah, I wanna hear his voice.
Republic Act number 101, Cyberspace Prevention Act of 2012 is a law of the Philippines on September 12, 2012, aimed to address legal issues concerning online interactions and internet. Republic Act number 10173, Data Privacy Act of 2012, is an act protecting individual personal information.
Narinig na
ninyo, your gas.
Okay, next. Okay, that's the law po. Okay, next po. Hazel. Of course. Okay, these are the common forms of cybercrimes. We have here the copyright. So, ang copyright po, usually, nangyayari siya, for example, sa music, di ba? So, may mga nagko-cover na songs ng mga, sabihin natin, na singers or content creators na nagko-cover ng isang songs, pero hindi sila nagbibigay ng credit sa original composers or singers. So, yun po yung considered natin as copyright. So, how can we prevent it? So, of course, always give credits. Yun lang naman. Meron pa rin. Okay. So, we have the plagiarism. It is an act or incident of using or closely mimicking the language and thinking of another author without authorization. So, dito naman po, for example, is kinuha mo yung poem ng isang writer to use it in a competition without asking for his or her permission. So, simple as that po, hindi natin alam, pero simple as that, if you're not aware, di ba? So, simple as that is crime na po yan. So, we should always be aware of that. Lalo na pag, if magsi-senior high na kayo, di ba? So, pag magsi-senior high na kayo, meron na tayong research na subject. Ang research teacher ninyo yan is magiging strict na when it comes to sources, and hihinga na kayo niya ng mga citation, mga ganon, para maiwasan yung plagiarism. So, don't... Okay, ang cute mo daw, Hazel, sabi ni Melbourne. Okay, so, kung gagawa gumagawa kayo ng research, don't worry naman if natatakot kayo sa plagiarism. Kasi marami naman tayong Chrome extension or websites online na pwede nyo i-check yung yung plagiarized papers nyo, okay? So, third po, we have okay, computer addiction. So, ang alam natin is ang computer addiction is nangyayari lang online pero nagkakamali po tayo. Ang computer addiction po ay hindi lang nangyayari online kundi offline at virtual self din. So, ano nga ba ito? Let's start with the offline. Offline often used when speaking about excessive gaming activities which can be practiced both offline and offline. So, I think po dito napapasok yung pagstay nyo ng matagal sa offline games or apps. For example po, Wattpad, okay? Di ba usually nakakakain talaga siya ng oras at hindi natin nalalaman. And we can't stay still hanggat di natin natatapos yung story. So, hanggat di natin siya natatapos, talagang magbababad tayo dun sa app na yon. So, hindi natin namamalayan na addiction na siya. Next po, we have the online, also known as internet addiction. Gets more attention in general from scientific studies that offline computer addiction mainly because most cases of computer addictions are related to the excessive use of internet. So, dito po is may dito naman po, may internet. So, parehas na naman siya sa offline po. And lastly po, we have virtual self. Lastly po, we have virtual self, the character you construct about oneself virtually. So, dito naman po, okay, ito naman yung pagiging addict nyo, okay, ang pangat ng term, yung parang, yung pagpo-post nyo online most of the time, like minuto, segundo, or oras-oras is nagpo-post kayo online na kahit inappropriate na siya and parang too much na siya. So, yun po yung virtual self. So, paano nga ba natin malalaman na tayo ay computer addict na? If you're having this euphoric feelings, if nanood na kayo ng euphoria, joke lang. Every time we are in front of our computer, so pag sinabi natin euphoric feeling, ito po yung parang excitement or saya na hindi na tama. Okay? So, parang sinabi natin na dito na nagre-revolve yung buhay natin. So, paano nga ba natin ito maiiwasan? Of course, self-control. Yun lang naman. Ito yung pinaka-importante. Rather than spending your time online, it's better if you try out new things, di ba? So, instead of laglaan na natin ng oras yung ating online apps or ayun nga, yung mga apps na ginagamit natin is maghanap din tayo ng ibang panahon para makapaglaan ng ibang oras para sa ibang gagawin. Okay? So, I know naman na online class tayo, so hindi talaga natin may iwasan na magbabad tayo sa in front of our computers. Pero, always remember po that it's better if you give time to yourself, okay? So, that's the end of my discussion. We have here a quote. Alam kong very familiar na kayo sa quote na ito kasi very used na siya, di ba? So, I have here a quote, think before you click. Anyone who has an idea po about this? Meron pa ba? Narinig pa ba ako? Okay, let's call Mr. Dwayne G. Robles, one of our participants. What do you think about what's your opinion or what's your insight about our quote for today? Okay. How about Miss Charmaine Benyo? Okay, wala na. Miss Maria Andrea Pacifico. What's your opinion about this? Miss si Hazel daw, si Hazel na very attentive since from the very beginning. Okay, I want to hear your thoughts about this quote po. Miss Hazel Ritwerma. Sorry
Ano yan? About social media?
About okay, Miss Okay. After Miss Riterma, I will call on Mr. Julian. Okay, so what's your opinion about this quote po?
Wait, before you pick, okay. So, i-ano ko na lang, parang general ko na lang yung about sa social media.
Okay po.
So ayun, the way I see it, I think social media and the said application itself is not the problem since marami nagsasabi na, yung iba sinisisi, yung social media. Wait,
Nauna na po ang aking salamat, sa tagal ng pagkakasi
Okay.
natin.
Wait lang.
Okay.
Oh,
Kaagay ng pagpapahalaga sa oras ng klase. Salamat sa Black Men.
okay,
let's
so Miss
Ritwerma is multitasking for me.
She's joining
her class and joining us
So
today. So, thank you very much, Miss Ritwerma. I want to hear Mr. Julian Gonzalez po.
Okay, Mr. Julian Gonzalez, I want to hear your opinion about this quote. Okay, wala. Mr. Melbourne, of course, are very attentive participant all the way from Sorsogon.
Ang ingay dito.
Okay, wag na lang.
wag na lang.
Okay. In my own idea naman, na simple lang naman siya explain na always be sensitive, 'di ba? When you're posting on social media or if you're going to comment on something, always be sensitive and always think about others' feelings, 'di ba? Yun lang naman. So, I think that's the end of my discussion, and thank you everyone for patiently participating my discussion. And thank you for listening and have a great day.
Alright, thank you very much, Miss Miguel, for that very informative talk. So it is indeed significant for us to know that the do's and don'ts when using any social media platform.
platforms.
So
Being aware
the
about the online etiquette
proper
or
conduct
proper
online
conduct online
is
is
really
really
important
important
to
to
lessen
lessen
the
the
misunderstandings
misunderstandings
and
and
prevent any
prevent any
misinterpretation from
misinterpretation
other
from
people
other
that we
people
encounter
that we
and
encounter
we will
and
encounter
will
virtually.
encounter
So please
virtually.
bear
So
in mind it
please bear in mind
accordingly.
it accordingly.
Alright,
Alright,
it's
it's
crucial to
crucial
acknowledge
to
how to
acknowledge
act
how to
online
act
and
online
able to
and
avoid
able to avoid
miscommunication. Be
miscommunication.
provided their
Provide
effective
their
and fake
effective
news
and fake news
and avoid
and avoid
irresponsible internet
irresponsible
usage.
internet.
Thank you for
Thank you
sharing
for
your
sharing
knowledge,
your
Ms.
knowledge, Ms.
Villacampo.
Villacampo.
As we've come
As
to the
we've
last
come to the
topic
last
of today's
topic of
event,
today's
it
event,
may we have the
we have
attention
the
of one
attention
of
of one of
our
our
hardworking group
hardworking
mates,
group mates,
Ms.
Ms.
Mary Jane
Mary
or
Jane
Lain, to
or
talk
Lain, to
about
talk about
online message
online
formats
message
to learn.
formats to learn. Good afternoon, everyone. Nandiyan pa kayo? For all ears, Miss Mary Jane. I will discuss about how to write an email to a teacher. How to email a teacher? There are 5 ways or 5 formats or process to email a teacher. First is the subject line. The second one is to begin with a greeting. Third is get to the point and add details. The fourth is the closing. And the fifth and last one is sign your name. The email is open the first impression the receiver gains from the sender. Ito daw po ang email daw po, the way we email or do an online message is nakakapagbigay siya ng first impression about saan galing yung message or doon sa sender about the message that he or she wants to convey po. A poor written email result in a poor impression. The good writing in skills communicate intelligence, professionalism, and competency. Ito daw po ang importance na pagkakaroon ng knowledge about how to email a teacher in a way na formal po. There are 10 tips on how to email a teacher. The first one is to ensure that you have a good reason for emailing. Ito daw po papasok yung reason natin sa pag-email ng ating mga teacher. The second is use their school email account. Third is choose the right time to email a teacher. Craft a detailed subject line. Greet a teacher respectively. 6 is be concise and clear. Format your email for better readability and be polite and show gratitude. The ninth is label any attached files properly and end an email with your full name, class, and institution. Next po. Teachers are more likely to open emails in morning. Kaya meron po tayong may time po tayo kung saan pwede po natin i-email ang ating mga teachers po na hindi po sila ganun ka-busy. And there are also reasons for emailing our teachers. The good enough reasons for emailing teachers, one is to inform about your illness or any other emergency. Yun daw po kapag may sakit daw po or may importante po tayong rason, pwede po natin gamitin yung any social media apps po to email a teacher like Messenger po or other form po. Second is say that you'll be absent in class and why. Dito po yung papasok yung parang gagawa po tayo ng email or letter absent po kung bakit po tayo mag-absent or you can also call it excuse letter po. Third is to submit completed assignments. Ito po baga, uso po ngayon sa atin na nasa blended learning or online class po tayo ngayong panahon ng pandemic. Madalas po tayong gumagamit ng mga social media apps or to submit our output po, especially yung mga binibigay po sa atin ng ating mga teachers. And fourth is thank a teacher for a meeting, guidelines, or any other help. Ito po papasok yung appreciation po natin sa ating mga teacher if we want to thank them for any reason po. Kunyari po, natulungan po nila tayo or in any possible ways po. Next is apologize for wrong behavior in class. Kung may nagagawa po tayong mga mali or wrong behavior po na naipakita sa class, pwede po natin gamitin yung email letters po to apologize. Next po. When we should make sure that we have the subject line po. This what po? How to start an email to a teacher. Two issues to consider here are your email subject lines and the way you greet a teacher. It's first thing that they see besides your name, so it's critical to follow a few rules. Ang subject line po is needed po na sa email natin, yung subject line po is need to be clear as possible po.
Si Dway, nag-leave na,
Teachers have done students and receive dozens of emails that detailed subject line will help them understand who you are, what you want, and how time urgent your message is. Dito po, kapag nag-i-email po tayo ng ating teacher,
Nag-screen
dapat
record
po
ako.
yung subject line natin is short
Oo.
but crisp po.
Di man, nag-screen
And
record
also
ako,
dapat
pero
din po clear.
presentation man sa nanakit.
We should always be specific as possible po. Yung teacher po
Nag-screen
natin,
record ka na
marami
first part.
pong
So, sa'yo niya kinasay mo, medyo na po to.
po. As a teacher,
Pero
for
ayun,
them to
ayun na
understand
screen
po
record.
about our email, we should include po our name or
Pero at least,
what
ay kita
class
na screen
po
record.
tayo reason po kung bakit po nila kung
Dapat
bakit po
dapat
natin
sa
sila
proposal
i-email
po,
or
Facebook
i-message
Live.
po. Next po. Next is greetings. The general rule here is be polite and
Chat mo na siya,
formal.
Mary Jane, sabi mo,
Kahit saan
students.
naman po baga, kailangan po nating maging polite and formal, maging magalang daw po. Kabaliktaran po ng sa informal letter which is discussed by Emery and Ayla po kanina. Ito po ang
Oh,
email, how to email a teacher po. Yung formality po ng
Diniscuss ko na
letter.
bukang.
Di po siya basta-basta, hindi po siya yung casual lang na letter po. We should start with dear
Sige na, paregos na lang.
Mr., Mrs., Miss, last name if you never met a teacher before or referred them in class. Ito daw po, maigi pong gamitin natin for greetings po.
Ang hirap man ni Mary
Including
Jane,
their
ito
surname
siya,
po
ganun.
kasi mas formal po kung yun po ang gagamitin po
Siguro ang
natin instead
participant
of
din
their
isa na
first name.
Si Aliyah nasa lagay ng dili.
Next po. Feel free or morning. May tonalize your greetings with name. Ito po, papasok yung sa introduction po. Pwede po tayong gumamit ng hello, good morning, good day, and so on po. Pero make sure daw po na personalize po. Ibig sabihin po, we should include the name of our to the person po na pagbibigyan po natin ng letter. Next po. The third is double check the spelling of a teacher's name. If in doubt, consider a school website, a faculty directory, or syllabus to make sure to address the teacher correctly. So, kailangan daw po nating i-double check ang spelling or mas maigi po na mag-ano po tayo ng information about the natin para po huwag tayo magkamali kung gagawa tayo ng letter. Next po. Next slide po. The fourth one is don't be over casual. Avoid greetings like hey or what's up. And try not to call a teacher by their first name unless it's how you're in lessons. Dito po sa pang-apat, kapag gagawa daw po tayo ng letter for our or email for our teachers, di daw po dapat na masyado tayong casual. Casual po. Dapat
Chat
po
ko si Dwayne, sabi mo, mali.
mas maging
Nag-screen record.
maging polite din po tayo sa paggawa ng letters because po a student and a teacher has a gap po. Hindi po parang magka label ganon. How to write an email body. An email body has its structure and format. Remember that teachers are busy and that's why we should know how to make a body as possible. And also, dapat po maging straightforward po tayo. Direct to the point po pag gagawa po tayo ng email body. Our email to our teacher is not a narrative or personal essay. hindi man daw po yan paaralabaan po
Di man.
ng message. So, please avoid a flare of creativity and stay formal. Keep a single idea, one paragraph, and break them up better readability. Yun po. Your tone of voice, being straightforward, pakibalik po. Being straightforward in emails doesn't mean being sniveling or extra apologetic. In emailing a teacher, please keep your tone respectful. Yun po, yung tone of the voice po. Just like said po ni kanina po, a while ago by Kayla po. Dapat po maging respectful po. Yung tone of the voice po, dapat natin palaging isaalang-alang po and avoid that yung mga caps lock po to avoid misunderstanding or misconception po about sa letter na ating
Da naman si Ate
binibigay
Magdalena.
binibigay sa ating mga teacher po. Next po.
Good girl yan.
Pares mo sa sinusunig.
Dal-dal liste.
When we are going to email our teacher, please avoid complaints po about how you dislike an assignment or how unfair a deadline is. Ito daw po.
Mary Jane Nostra.
Iwasan daw po nating magreklamo po sa mga pinapagawa ng ating mga teacher or email po natin para humingi ngayon ng extension for deadline. Mga ganun po. Number 2 is no smileys or emojis. It's okay to keep an email controversial but it needs to be up to point. Di daw po kailangan nating gumamit ng mga emojis and other yung mga ibang mga bagay-bagay na di naman po kailangan sa ating email. Kailangan daw po for informal way daw po yung email.
Sila una.
Next po.
1970s.
Pati sulo mo.
Number 3, avoid super long explanation. Click statements like I hope my email finds you well and saying how you're sorry about disturbing a teacher. Be direct to the point. Yun po yung kanina. Kailangan daw po yung message natin is short and concise. Kailangan po or direct to the point po natin yung message natin, yung gusto po nating sabihin or yung concerns po natin sa teacher kung bakit po nila natin sila i-email. Next po. How to end an email to a teacher. The first one is to sum up your email up into one sentence, one final sentence to spark a faster response. Consider variants like thanks in advance for your reply. I look forward for your reply regarding my thesis
Si
statement.
Dani yung nag-order ubus.
I will wait for your response before sending the complete test. Yan po yung mga example po on how to end an email to a teacher po.
Yo, bagay
Next
sa'yo
po.
mo ni ang shade. Bumakal ka na ay pa dito. De, joke lang. Mag-restock dugod ako para sa iyo.
Yan po, makikita po natin yung example
Ang dal-dal mo.
on letter po para sa teacher po.
Oh, bagay sa'yo mo ni.
Wala po dyan yung
Bakal na kamusa.
yung subject line po, di po siya included dyan. Pero yan po yung sa body, yung sa greetings po, body and sa
Na-stress ng maray si Mary Jane.
end po ng letter. Next po.
Kailan kaya?
Yan po yung example po ng how to email a teacher. Yan po yung letter po when asking a question. Example po siya. Yan po makikita po natin sa taas yung subject line which is the English 1-1-12. Yan po siguro yung class niya. And then yung section and yung kung para saan po yung email niya, kung saan or patungkol saan po yung email niya. Yung the greetings po, dear Mr. Smith, and I'm student in your English class. I have a question about SAQ next Wednesday and couldn't find the information on the syllabus. Should we use
Ay,
only
Marie, pinag-process
readings
mo na ako.
listed on the syllabus, or I can incorporate scholarly articles I read on my own? They fit with the subject of the assignment. I look forward to hearing from you. Best regards, Polly Grace. Yan po yung example po ng email, on how to email a teacher po. Here's a practical tip po on how to email a teacher. We can write drafts of our email in a
Be, paano ka ba
Microsoft
mag-open
Web
forum?
po
Dali
or
naman tao.
Microsoft Word or any word processing po to avoid mga yung mga errors po na sa ating letters po. It will also allow us to avoid wrong grammar and spelling mistakes as well as accidentally hitting
Bay,
send
nasa kimikay na.
before we finish po, and also we should proofread our email before sending po para po mas correct po yung accurate po and correct po yung email or letter po nating gagawin. Yun lamang po. Thank you for listening and I hope that you learned something with my discussion.
Uy, pa...
And to ano po, it's sana po may natutunan kayo. I will give po an activity po after this po. You will create po or you will create po your own formal letter po to subject po sa
Ngiti dito.
teachers po.
Palugin na sa
Yun po.
Dani.
Thank you. Again, thank you for the time and efforts. That's all about my presentation. Thank you and
Palugin na
good
si
luck,
Tia.
everyone.
Ano sa'yo mo sa netiquette?
Thank you, Mary Jane, for that great discussion. Yan, thank you so much. We're all students here, right? It is definitely vital for us to be conscious about the acceptable way of sending mail or
instructors, especially the context of our mail, kailangan precise and concise. So, we need to be as direct as possible. Dapat direct to the point tayo para hindi natin masayang ang oras ng receiver ng mail natin. Correct. It should have respect pa rin. Yes. So, at this point, we've come to the open forum session for more clarification. If you have any questions and suggestions about the discussion, you are free to ask. You can use the info message or you can also open your mic, ask questions. Any question po from the group? May tanong po ba tayo? If you have any questions, huwag po kayong mahiya na magtanong. You're free to ask po.
Magaya mo. Magaya? O, ayan muna.
Ayan,
Mukhang wala namang mga tanong, so tama, mukhang naiintindihan nila ang awareness.
Now,
Now,
as we give honor to our amazing participants for their active participation and cooperation,
Kay ba pa pala?
as well as their consideration for attending this webinar, let us
let us
have
have
a Miss
Miss
Amrin
Amrin
Aydana
Aydana
for the awarding
the
of
awarding of
certificates of appreciation to our participants.
So, good afternoon everyone. As a appreciation for your time and participating for this webinar, we are giving you this certificate of participation is presented to all the participants for his or her active participation in How to Be Youth webinar with a team enriching awareness through fostering and reinforcing the knowledge on April 19, 2022. This will be signed by our NSTP LTS Coordinator Ms. Julia Angeli N. Estreja, our NSTP Coordinator Ms. Mary Grace D. Valenzuela, and to our Dean of Student Affairs and Services, Mr. Norman P. Manlange. So, as a surprise, there will be a certificate for our proponents for their participation. So at the screen, you will see the certificate of the proponents. This will be given to them for their active participation as proponent in How to Be Youth webinar in the team, enriching awareness through fostering reinforces with knowledge. So we would like to thank you, the proponents, for making this webinar possible, especially to the host and to the discussants. Thank you. So this certificate po pala will be sent through your email soft copy. Okay. Thank you.
Okay,
Okay, thank you
Miss
so much, Miss
Emery.
Emery.
So, to
So,
formally
to
end this
formally end
virtual
this
event,
virtual event,
let us give
let
the
us give
virtual
the
floor
virtual floor
to again
to
Miss
again Miss
Micaela
Micaela
Villacampa for the
Villacampa for
closing
the
remarks.
closing remarks.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you
thank
again
you
to
again
our
to
beautiful
our
host
beautiful
for
host
today.
for today.
Awareness with
Awareness
regards
with
to the
regards
different
to the
issues
different
must be
issues must
promoted
be
and
promoted
discussed
and
nowadays.
discussed nowadays.
Good thing for it,
Good thing
what
for it,
good thing for
good
it is
thing
what
for
we
it is
gave you
what we
today.
gave you today.
Before I end
Before
this
I end this
webinar, I just
webinar,
want to
I just
thank
want to
God
thank
for giving
God
us
for
this
giving us
wonderful
this
and
wonderful
fruitful
and
day.
fruitful
We
day.
also
We
like to
also
give
like to give
thank you to
thank
our
you to our
reputable NSTP teacher, Miss
teacher,
Julia Angeli
Julia
Instareja,
Angeli
for giving
Estrella,
us the
for giving us the
opportunity to
opportunity
experience
to
this kind of
experience this
activity,
kind of
and also for
activity,
the
and
opening
also for the
remarks. Thank you
opening
so
remarks.
much,
Thank you
ma'am.
so much,
To
ma'am.
the members
To
of
the
How to
members
Be
of
Youth,
How to Be
Miss
Youth,
Kyla
Miss
May
Kyla
Nieves,
May
our very
Nieves, our very
hands-on leader
hands-on
and one of
leader, and
our
one of
hosts for
our
today.
hosts for
To
today.
our
To
technical
our technical
officer in
officer
charge
in
and
charge
one of our
and one of
discussants
our
for today,
discussants for
Miss
today,
Emery
Miss
Ayla
Emery
Oledana.
Ayla
To
Oledana,
one of
to
our
one of our
receptive, lovely
receptive,
host,
lovely host,
Miss
Miss
Marichu Muratalia.
Marichu
To
Muratalia,
our
to
passionate
our
first
passionate
discussant,
first
Miss
discussant, Miss
Stephanie Vilches,
Stephanie
and to
Vilches,
our
and to our
own
own
knowledgeable
knowledgeable
fourth discussant, Miss
discussant,
Mary
Miss
Jane
Mary
Orlein.
Jane
I would
Orlean.
also
I would
like to
also
thank
like to
our
thank our
active and
active and
attentive youth
attentive youth
participants,
participants,
namely Charmaine
namely Charmaine
Benio,
Benio,
Dwayne Robles,
Brian
Flor
Robles,
Venice
Flor Venice
Guevara, Laika
Guevara, Laika
Austria, Maria
Austria,
Christine
Maria
Joy
Christine Joy
Corpus,
Corpus,
Vince Gary
Vince
Bar,
Gary
Wesley
Bar,
Palisa,
Wesley
and
Palisa, and Aliha,
Aliyah TV,
Aliyah
sorry.
TV.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you very much,
everyone. This
everyone.
webinar
This
won't be
webinar won't
possible
be
without all
possible
of
without
you.
all of you.
And of course, to
And of
our
course, to our
non-LICOM
non-Licomco
students na very
students na
attentive
very
today
attentive today,
na who
na
patiently
who patiently
participated this
participated
event.
this event.
So we have
So
we have the
we have
beautiful
the
Miss
beautiful
Andrea
Miss Andrea
Pacifico from
Pacifico
Bicol
from Bicol
University,
University,
College of
College
Education
of
din siya.
Education din siya,
And to Miss
and to
Diana
Miss Diana
Oropesa, our
Oropesa, our
engineering student
engineering
from
student
Bicol
from Bicol
University.
University,
To Nicole
to
Castillo,
Nicole Castillo,
a broadcasting student
broadcasting
from Bicol
student from Bicol
University.
University,
Um, Mr. Philip
Mr. Philip
Aitona,
Aitona,
a future
a
lawyer.
future
Okay,
lawyer,
a
okay,
future
a
lawyer
future
from
lawyer from
Adamson
Adamson
University.
University.
Also, Mr.
Also,
Melbourne
Mr.
Giriba,
Melbourne
my
Giriba,
favorite
my
guest for
favorite guest
today
for
kasi very
today kasi
attentive
very
siya and
attentive
talagang
siya
binigyan
and
niya ng
talagang
oras itong
binigyan niya ng
ating
oras itong
webinar.
ating webinar.
So, all the way
So,
from
all the way from
Sorsogon, thank
Sorsogon,
you so
thank
much.
you so
And
much.
also,
And
Mr.
also,
Julian
Mr. Julian
Gonzalez, a
Gonzalez,
former
a
Morm
former
din.
Mormon.
Thank you so much,
Thank you
guys,
so
for
much, guys,
joining
for
us.
joining us.
Lastly, to our
Lastly, to our
friends na
friends na
also Licom
also
co-students
Licomco
then,
students din,
who also
who
joined
also
this
joined
event.
this
You
event.
know who you
You know
are.
who you
Thank you
are.
so much
Thank you so
for
much for
attending. And I
attending.
am
And I
extending
am
my
extending my
gratitude for
gratitude for
being part of
being
this
part
team.
of
It's
this
such an
team.
honor
It's
to
such
be
an
one
honor
of
to
your
be one of
discussants
your
for today.
discussants for
And
today.
we,
And we,
the How to Be
the
You
How to
team,
Be You
are
team,
hoping to
are
meet you
hoping to
again
meet
in
you
the
again in
future.
the
Of course, we're
future.
not
Of course,
closing
we're not
any doors
closing
naman.
any
Malay
doors
nyo
naman.
one of
Malay
these
nyo
days
one of
or one
these
in the
days or one
future,
in the future.
diba? We became
Diba?
one
We
of your
became one of your
discussant. I mean, one
discussants.
of your
I mean, one of
instructor
your
or
instructor
student
or
teachers.
student
Okay?
teachers. Okay?
So, may
So,
you be a
may you be a
responsible youth of
responsible
today.
youth of
Again,
today.
I am
Again,
Mikaela
I am Mikaela
Villacampa, now
Villacampa,
signing
now
off.
signing off.
There we have
There
it,
we have it,
everyone, and thank
everyone,
you
and
for
thank you for
spending this
spending
time with
this
us.
time with us.
This wonderful
This
event
wonderful
won't
event
take its
won't take
place
its place
without the
without the
presence of
presence
all of
of
you.
all of you.
Let us
Let us
always remember
always
that
remember that
enriching your
enriching your
awareness and
awareness and
reinforcing your
reinforcing
knowledge
your knowledge
are the one
are the one
most treasured
most
keys to
treasured
open
keys
a
to open a
life-changing door.
life-changing door.
So we
So
hope
we
that this
hope that
webinar
this
has
webinar has
provided means to
provided
you to
means to
know
you
how
to
to be
know how to
youth,
be youth,
how to be
how to be
youth
youth
that
that
this world
this world
deserves. So
deserves.
if you
So
know
if you know
something,
something,
share it.
share it.
If you
If you
if you know
if you
something,
know
share it.
something,
And
share
if you
it.
know
And if you
nothing,
know nothing,
earn it.
earn
Once
it.
again, this
Once
is
again,
Marichu
this is Marichu
and Kyla May Nieves of Surigao Community College are now signing off. You may now enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you, everyone. Maybe you remind everyone to please open your cameras for the presentation.
Ka ba naman picture? Oh, picture.
ask everyone. Let us first
Mag-screenshot ka daw.
wait for the participants na nawala sa connection. Ayan, si Ardos Bunga. Thank you, Miss
Thank you,
Aliyah,
Miss
for
Aliyah,
staying
for
with
staying
us
with
for
us
this
for
long.
this long.
Miss
Miss
Barbalis,
Barbanis,
Miss Andrea
Andrea
Pacifico, Miss
Pacifico,
Maria
Miss
Christine
Maria
Joy,
Christine Joy,
Miss Bean,
Miss
Miss Bean.
Vince.
Okay, thank you so
Okay,
much
thank you so
po
much
for
po
staying with
for
us.
staying with
May
us.
picture na.
Let us
Let
first
us
wait
first
for
wait
the
for
other
the other
participants na
participants
nawala
na
ang
nawala ang
connection.
connection.
Ayan. Ayan, nawala ang connection. Sabi mo, may sana pumunta si R. Hindi yung sana. Awal man siya mo picture. Nakapos ko.
Sorry lang. Ano, screenshot ko na.
Ano ma? Ay, hindi kita try siya.
Kupani, umay baka.
Ano yung ano?
Ano ba kasi
Kaya mag-present. Dali na ko tapos.
ay ba ko ay sige gamit na pag nag-ano kita. So YJ ang ano, ang code. YJK. So di man dumurog ka lang kay
Alin.
Umay baka. Oy, ipa-open ka mo
Pa-open po the participants, paki-open po ng
screenshot ka.
Miss Flor, Miss Maria Christine Joy. Na po kayo mga kanilang.
Oh, game. Oh.
Yan, thank you.
Okay na, Mikay?
Okay.
Count.
Then, can you open your tab?
Count ka, macho.
Tumabi ka na lang
Tumabi ka na lang kay
Ann. Ayan, thank you.
Thank you. Send ka
Oh, game.
Okay, I will count na. Ako na. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2, okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Thank you, Aliyah.
Alright, thank you everyone for your active participation. They are not be possible without your presence. Okay, your prizes
Okay,
what
your
will be
prizes,
delivered
what
to
will be
you
delivered
through
to you
GCash
through
kung meron
GCash?
po kayo
Kung meron
and
po
Here's
kayo
activities.
doon po sa iba
doon po sa iba
is personal
is
na lang
personal na lang
natin.
natin.
So for the
So for the
activities we have
activities, we have
Till 12.
first
first,
write an
write
informal
an
letter
informal
for our
letter
drug
for our
and
drug
alcohol
and alcohol
users. And
users.
next,
And the next,
the next one is
the next one is
writing a formal
writing a
letter,
formal letter,
email, a formal email
formal email
to
to
teacher.
teacher.
If completed,
Completed,
you will
you
receive
will
the
receive the
certificate.
certificate.
Ano na
Nakuha
tayo?
po ba to our
Nakuha
participants?
po ba to our participants?
Again, we have two
Again,
activities.
we have two
The
activities. The
first
first
one
one
is
is
to
to
write
write
an
an
informal
informal
letter
letter
for
for
the
the
alcohol
drug and
users,
alcohol
and the
users,
other one
and
is
the other one
writing
is
a formal
writing a
email
formal
to your
email
teachers.
to your teachers.
Kayo na po ang bahala
Kayo na po ang
kung
bahala
saan
kung
about
saan
yung
about
mail nyo.
yung
Pero hindi
mail
nyo
nyo,
naman siya
pero hindi nyo
isi-send
naman siya
sa
isi-send
teacher
sa
nyo talaga. You can
teacher
send
nyo
it
talaga. You
sa
can send it sa
Google Classroom po
Google
natin.
Classroom po natin.
Hindi mo ka ano, sisendan.
Okay, yan lang po.
Okay, yan lang po. You can leave everyone. Thank you so much.
You can ano na.
End ko na.
Oo. You can leave na. Okay. Muna, end na.
Okay, tapos na kita.
Oh.
Check lang ano natin. Kung ano natin.